So LeBron James, he came out speaking about Brittney Griner. Now, you know who she is. She's a WNBA player that went to Russia. She was playing basketball over there, tried to come back through the airport. They found a vape with cannabis oil in her bag. They put her in jail. You know, she recently pled guilty to it. And because in Russia, they have a 99% conviction rate in Russia. If you go to trial with anything, they're going to make you wish you never went to trial. So LeBron James has a show that comes on YouTube. It's called The Shop. And he had made comments saying about that her not being brought back to America. And he said that he didn't know if he would want to come back to America based on the way, you know, they haven't been moving fast enough with getting her back. Now, she faces 10 years, you know, in prison for what she's done in that particular country. And I've said it before, especially any of you brothers, you know, and sisters that travel, make sure you know the law of the land. If you have a 420 addiction, just go ahead on and stay in the state that's legal. Because I wouldn't even tell you to have that addiction in the state that in America that is not legal. OK, if you just got to put that mess in your mouth, whatever the case may be, you're just so addicted to it, stay in the state where it's legal so you don't go to jail. Like Texas. It's not legal in Texas, not recreational use. I know I have, you know, the CBD is legal in Texas. I know, you know, medical use is legal in Texas. But you getting that medical card is not going to be easy here versus like how it was in California where any little thing they just give you the card just so you can smoke that. No, that is not Texas. But it's not legal here in this state. So people take a risk. Anytime they put that mess in their mouth and riding around, definitely for sure, going to jail. Because they know that with the prison population, every state that went to recreational use, the arrests for marijuana went down by 99%. And they don't want that because there's actually more black people go to jail on marijuana use than they do anything else. Now, Brittney Griner had wrote to Biden and all of that and saying, oh, you know, she wants to come home and all of that. So because LeBron James said this, how can she feel like coming back to America? He had to clarify his comments on Twitter. And he said, my comments on The Shop regarding Brittney Griner wasn't knocking our beautiful country. He said it was simply saying how she's probably feeling emotionally along with so many other emotions, thoughts, etc. inside that cage she's been in for over 100 days. It's a long story short, bring her home. Now, the coach of the Phoenix Mercury, which is the coach that she had in WNBA, said that if it was LeBron, he'd be home right. It's a statement about the value of women. It's a statement about the value of a black person. It says a statement about the value of a gay person. It's all those things that we know it, and it's so that's what hurts a little more. Well, the deal is, if you are LGBT, why are you going to Russia for anything? Putin has been clear about his statement about LGBT. He said that would never be legal as long as he's president of Russia. He said that. And not only that, I had watched a video of this Russian woman on TikTok, and she was saying that basically if you're LGBT, it's not just the government you may have an issue with. It's the people. It said they'll follow you. They'll call you names. Someone may even beat you up for that. Right? So Brittney Griner took a big risk going to Russia just on a good day due to her lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they let her make it because she was, you know, they say she was playing, but she was making like $1 million or so in Russia a season, but only made $200,000 in the WNBA. Now, some people are saying, well, she shouldn't have to go to Russia to make any, you know, ends meet. They say she should get paid like what the men get paid. But let's talk about the men versus the women. The WNBA isn't what it used to be. I remember the WNBA, you know, how it was during the time of Cheryl Swoops, the time of, shout out to Cheryl Swoops. I interviewed her a year or so ago. The time of Cynthia Cooper and all them with the Houston Comets and Lisa Leslie, you know, she played with the LA Sparks and all of that. In WNBA, when it first came out, it was actually pretty good. I watched it, you know, but with time, it just kind of got like, I don't know, janky for some reason. So nobody really wanted to, you know, I stopped watching it a long time ago. The men, you know, in the NBA, look at the attendance, look at the TV. You know, everything about them in the sports leagues is about ticket sales and ratings on TV. If you get the tickets, listen, let me tell you something about that. If you really want to get down with it, women don't even support women's sports. Women do not go in large numbers and support women's sports. They don't. Like, oh, I'm going to watch the WNBA. You don't see women like excited to go see that. More women to go courtside to watch the NBA than the WNBA. Let's call it what it is. The only women's sports that get support, in my opinion, is track and field. They get support. You know, I see more people will support volleyball. I'll see that. But outside of track and field, volleyball, things like that, women's sports don't get support like that, even from women. So the question is, maybe the coach of Phoenix Mercury need to be asking women, why aren't they supporting women's sports? Why aren't they watching it on TV? Why aren't they going over there with the ticket sales so they can get more money for the players, right? But, I mean, LeBron said what he said. I mean, I see this is my thing, and I've said this before too. What's the point of having $1 billion or any kind of money and you got to clarify comments? You scared to say what you're going to say. Man, y'all couldn't have it. Boy, I get $1 billion. I ain't retracting crap. I said what I said. Yeah, I said it. I got this $1 billion running up and down that court. Well, actually, he said he made more of his money through investment. So I got my money where I got it, right? What's the point of retracting what I got to say? What's the point of that? I got freedom of speech, right? Did I say anything wrong? No. Only thing I said was she may not feel like coming back here the way she was treated. That's his opinion. It is what it is. I can't stand to watch people with money in our community like scared to stand on what they say. Stand on what you say, bro. That's it. Don't backtrack crap. Man, that's man, like I said, gone are the days of brothers like you know, Khalid Muhammad and Malcolm X. Gone them days, and them brothers wouldn't sit up there and retract nothing. They say, I said what I said, and that's it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about, you know, LeBron here, you know, clarifying his comments. You know, he said what he said about Brittney Griner. It is what it is. But, you know, they've been trying to pressure brothers to speak up on Brittney Griner for a minute, though. Because at first, brothers like, well, I mean, hey, I mean, you know, I told y'all, like I said before, I think on my podcast, when you choose your bed, what you do in your bedroom over your people, you got to stand on that. You know, always side with your people first, because you know that the male LGBT community, they didn't come out and defend Brittney Griner. They still not, and they not putting no resources and money behind her. That should be the story, but see, they don't want to talk about that.